Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Sorry guys, stippling on words, had a test today. But I know usually we do an ASMR type thing, but I like how to say type thing. I do it like every other night. So I decided to mix it up, and we are going to be making my glass candy. I did a little, it's like a lollipop type thing, but you shatter it, and it is perfectly safe, but I do not recommend it to kids who are like super little because they might choke or like get hurt. So these are definitely for people who can control themselves. So what you're gonna need is a saucepan. It has, I like put some water in this and like went it around and then took all the extra water out. Almost all of it. And then you're gonna need 2 cups of granulated sugar, half a cup of water. You're gonna need 2/3 cup of light corn syrup. You can use the normal ones, but I prefer light because I'm going to make it clear this time. And you can put food dye in whenever you do put your flavorings in, but we'll get to that later. But I'm doing it clear, so light corn syrup. And then for flavoring, I use the toffee nut flavor syrups from Starbucks. I use about 1 or 2 squirts, it all depends. And then you are going to need a candy thermometer. It's just a normal one. You're going to want to get it to the hard crack stage, and that would be to 146 degrees Celsius, or 295 to 310 Fahrenheit. Words. Last time I did this, I just got it barely past the 125 mark, and it started to burn. So I definitely do it about 130-ish, 145-ish. I'll show you the temperature. Then you're just going to need to stick it in the pot. Do not let it touch the bottom. I don't know if you can see, but like I set it in there to where it's like not touching the bottom, but it will definitely be sitting in the mixture. I have this little sleeve that came with mine, so it tells me all the temperatures. So first, I'm saying a lot. I'm sorry, guys. Let's see. And you like don't want it to touch the pot either, at all. So I usually set this about there. Should be fine. Alright, now you're just gonna add your 2 cups of sugar. Your half a cup of water. And you're gonna need a spatula for this part. And your light corn syrup. I try to scoop out as much as possible because I like getting the exact recipe most of the time, but you don't really have to, it's just like a preference. But you do definitely want to put in corn syrup, otherwise it like doesn't solidify. Well, you can do it without corn syrup, I just prefer it with because it helps. Flavor, I guess? I don't know, but it definitely does make a difference in the candy. So I'm just scraping out this water. And then sometimes I'll take this out. You definitely do want to stir it first. I'll show you what this looks like. Hold on a second. this is what the mixture looks like. Not mixed yet. I'm just about to mix it. So, ooh, it's splashed. Hopefully you can see. I don't really know, but here. I'm sorry for the noise. This is like it's old. So, you want to stir that thoroughly. Here, I might move over. I haven't started up the flame yet, so nothing to worry about. So, we're just going to stir and make sure everything's all mixed in completely. I will definitely show you the process as it goes along. And this might take, like cook time usually takes about 10 minutes, but I will definitely entertain you. So it should be like a grainy because of the sugar shouldn't be like completely mixed in. So we're just gonna turn the fire, candy thermometer back in to our mixture. Make sure it's not touching the bottom. Okay, looks good. Just a little bit more, just because I'm self-conscious. And we are gonna stir this occasionally, but not consistently. A lot of people say you stir consistently until it boils, and some people say don't stir it until it boils. So I do it spontaneously. I'm gonna go ahead and put my dishes in the dish in the sink. Always remember to wash your hands when you are cooking with sugar. So, let's get this started. Alright, so I'm just going to turn it on to medium heat. And we're just going to let that do its thing. You might be wondering when we're going to put this in. Ooh, I don't want to do it up there so you can see. But you might be wondering when I'm going to put this in. I'm going to put that in soon, I promise. But yeah, hold on. So I know I was saying I wasn't going to use coloring to make it clear, but I do have yellow food coloring, and you can use a specific type. I just use whatever I have around. Gel. You know, like you have gels, and then you have your liquids, and then you have your paste, and you have like solids and stuff like that. This is just liquid. I might add like a small, like teeny tiny drop. And you do want to stir this whenever it's starting because you don't want it to stick to the edges and burn. So I'm just stirring it with this spoon, which is heat safe. The other one that I was using was not, so we're going to use this one. So we're just going to put it against the side that does not have sticker stuff. I'm going to go ahead and add like a teeny drop. That's it. Wonder for what color I want. Some people like pigmented colors, and I just want like light Easter colors because you know Easter's coming up. I like how I'm whispering and we're not even doing this. But I will make another batch that is clear and it will shatter. I like dyeing it sometimes because it kind of looks like stained glass. So because it does clear up a lot. So I'm going to stir this for a couple more seconds. And as I'm stirring, I would like to ask you to, sorry, friend, she always calls me in the middle of shows. I would like you to comment what you want me to do for my next ASMR. I might do one tonight, but we're making candy right now. So you're just gonna stir this consistently, and I will, well, not consistently, spontaneously, but like just make sure you get it around everywhere, even like from behind the candy thermometer. Just stirring this around. But yeah. So, yeah. She really has it open. But you do want to watch your candy thermometer. So, now that we have that going, you definitely do want something to set this on. I'm just going to set this on like the burners next to it. And so here's what we're going to pour it on. It's this pan. It's a cookie sheet. All I did was put some parchment paper. Well, first I put down some oil on it, some like spray, cooking spray, just so like I would be able to lift it whenever it is done. And I put some extra cooking spray on top, and so it won't stick whenever we crack it. So that's what we have going on here. This was super easy to make. It was just parchment paper, some spray, oil. I used the grilling oil. It's not sponsored, by the way. I use the grilling oil because it does stay up to high temperatures. And this is extremely hot because it is sugar. So I like to put that right next to my mix, but I will make another video because this is already too long. I will do another video, but make sure you get this to 125. Just want to keep stirring. It's on medium heat, 125, a little bit over 125, and then you're going to pour it directly into here and let it cool completely. When I mean cool completely, I mean like it will be like hard as a rock, like it'll be a lollipop, giant lollipop. So you definitely do need to have patience with this. So we're just going to let this cook till it's a little over 125 Celsius. Pour it into our pan, and then I will add an extra video of me cooling it and my process of cracking it. So I will see you guys next time. Okay? With a part 2 of making my candy lollipops. It's just because this takes so really long. But you know what? I'm going to do it for you. I'm not going to leave. But I just told you in the instructions comes next. But you can totally tune off right now, because you already know what's next. But I'm just going to keep right on going just in case you don't understand what I mean. And we're just going to keep stirring. Once it hits about 100 degrees Celsius, I usually add 1 to 2 pumps depending on how strong I want it. You can also use different extracts. I'm pretty sure I like a peppermint extract, stuff like that. I'll have to check. So why don't you come along with me? So yeah, this is my kitchen. But anywho, we usually keep them in here. Like here we have cherry extract. You can make cherry lollipops. In here, peppermint. I might do and then I do have vanilla, I know that. These can be used for candy. I sometimes don't recommend it, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to do peppermint. Because cherry, drink peppermint. But I usually add 1 to 2 pumps of this. So it's totally up to you. I'm going to go ahead and add like a little bitty squirt, like that was a whole squirt. About that much of that. It usually gives it like a caramely coffee flavor, you know what I mean? So we're just gonna like mix that in. So that's how I make basic. I'm going to make another batch after this, and I'm going to make it peppermint. And I'll keep that one clear. So toffee nut is going to be like a really nice, like, caramely, popcorny, buttery yellow. Kind of, I hope. Either that or it'll look like the, well, I think it's gonna look like, butter, kind of. So we're just gonna do that. I might go ahead and get my second batch going. So we're going to set that there. And then this is for our toffee, and we're going to go ahead and put that there. And then we're going to make another drink that is peppermint. I only have one cookie thermometer. Candy thermometer. If I can get the words out of my mouth, I would say them. But I can't. So, now that we have that making, and we have that all set up, I will tune in whenever I pour it.